Hi and welcome to Nerd Gamers. The game today we're going to review is Devil Whiskey as part of the IndieFort bundle. Details about the game and the developers can be found in the description below. Okay, let's get started, shall we? Now, for those of you who might remember, this game is very reminiscent of the old adventure game Bards Tale. As you can see, it starts off with a bar at the bottom to show you where your character's going. Display screen on the upper left corner and listed instructions of what you can do on the right hand side. Now, in the style of these old games, in order to play effectively, you do actually need to read the manual because most of the instructions are there inside of it. In actual fact, it's vitally important you read the instructions because any spell using character has all their spell descriptions inside there. Each of these spells uses a 4-letter code, very much again in the style of Bard's Tale. So without it, you're not going to be able to do very well in this game. Okay, now one of the first things we need to do is create a set of characters. Now rather than going through this process with you, I'm going to skip time ahead so you can see the final result. Hi and welcome back. Now, as you can see down below, I now have a full set of adventurers. We've got a barbarian, ranger, monk, redclaw, rogue, pyromancer, arcanist and bard. Now only 2 of these are actually able to cast spells immediately. Okay, so now we've got our adventurers, we can set forth or venture forth and seek thy fortune. Now, before we go any further, we've just encountered a person. A young but wise man stops to you in the streets. He looks deeply into your eyes before opening his mouth to speak. My name is Le Mayan. I represent the townspeople and I must speak to you. The grave turn of events has loomed over this town since Lortrin's Vale first seeped into our easterly coast. Many of our townsmen and women have vanished without a trace since the arrival of what some call the Devil Whiskey. Young girls are heard no more on the streets than the derry of a song. The men are all presumed to be dead. When any of them are found, either death is confirmed or they be in silent stupor. He pauses and looks around. We cannot go on ignoring our very people. We cannot let this injustice pass. The council has decided to close the city to outside trade until our people are found. The guards are turning up every stone in the town, but they have aimed their suspicions elsewhere. The guards have been a little less than helpful, I can tell ye. Strange wanderers from out realms seems to pass without question, whilst the townspeople are watched like common prisoners. His fist unclenches as he continues. Who can you trust? We have many despairs indeed, but trade must be restored or our city will starve clean out. Our loss must be returned. We beg that you and your party of young adventurers will start your career here in Renibasta and help us. Use any magic possess, whether it's holy, elemental, song or arcane. Bind this silent darkness and feed it light. Find this evil and use your deadliest blaze to destroy it. You start to feel sick with anguish. The old man Naris is one of us and can help you. He has a messenger in one of the shops waiting for you. Please help us. Okay, so this is our first quest. So what we're going to do is we can choose to accept it or not. We're going to press Y and accept the quest. The skies are blue today for my people. Very well. Here are some things to help you on your way. Save your gold and buy more when you can. You'll need it, and be wary. Many of the townsfolk have taken to challenging any stranger they meet, and will not likely wait to hear your side. Carry on now. Your arms sink under the weight of the pack given to you. Layman nods and simply disappears. Okay. Now, normally, if you complete a fight, you'll get a screen much like this, and it'll give you a description of what you've managed to find and how you distribute it. Now you see here we got the option mace, leather armor, helm, chainmail and broadsword. This @ symbol just at the side shows you whether or not you're able to use it. In this case, you are not able to use it. Now what we're going to do, we're going to give these items to characters. Now if you press the choice of between F1 and F8, it'll show you what characters you've got available, and it can show you if you can use the item or not. So what we've done is we've selected the characters and pressed T to take them, and characters will have them appear in their inventory. Now, if I press F1, I can go to my first character and check out what he's got in his inventory. Now, what I'm able to do is press E to equip, and he's going to equip the helm and also the leather armor. But he's going to get rid of these other items. So I press T to trade and give them to the next person in my group by pressing F2 immediately afterwards. When I'm done, I can press F2 to check the next person along. As you can see, this person's got everything that they need, so I can just simply pass these items along. Make sure I equip the chainmail that we've got available, and then just carry on down the line. As you can see, there's very little that all the characters can use, so I'm equipping them as best as I can. Now it looks like everybody is equipped with as best materials as we can, and at least the front four have now all got an AC of 3, which will make combat a lot easier for them. Now, to look around, we can either use the mouse. As you can see, as we click, we turn around, or we can use keyboard as well at the same time. And rather than the old Bards Tale style game where you would just walk in single squares, this allows you to walk in a fully 3D environment. So as you walk around, you don't actually just pick any particular location, but you walk around within it. Now, each of these buildings are represented on a map which you can find offline as part of a PDF. Now, without having that to hand, you won't know which building is which unless you memorize it. Now, what we've got is we've found our first combat. Now, we've got a group of 20 townsfolk at a distance of 20 feet. This means we can't fight immediately, but we are able to either advance or use ranged weapons. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to fight. Alternatively, we could run like a bunny, showing our cowardice. So we're going to pick F for fighting. Now, our front row can't attack immediately, so what we're going to do, ready our weapon. So we've readied our reserve weapon, and we're going to attack with bows. So those who can attack with ranged weapons will attack, and our others will start casting spells. Now, our pyromancer is the first one who can actually cast a spell. So when we go to cast a spell, as I said earlier, we're invited to enter a 4-letter code. Now, the code that I'm going to use at the moment is Fifi. Now, this spell will attempt to cast a fire spell at our opponent. Now, this spell only has a reach of 10, but I'm hoping that these townsfolk will advance and reach within the 10 foot, allowing us to get the spell off and actually damage them. If not, we would have all wasted our spell points. But I think it's worth the risk, because there are a lot of them. Now, the next person we've got is our Arcanist, and we're going to get them to cast a spell as well. So we press C to cast a spell, and this spell we're going to cast at East. And it will target one of the opponents. And finally, our last character is a bard. They're able to use a bard song. So what we're going to use the bard song there. As you can see, people are starting to get ready and use their attacks. And it shows that the townfolk during the middle of the fight advanced. We need to start changing over. Whoop. I accidentally went through one. Okay. So what we can do is, now that the townsfolk have advanced, we're going to attack them in melee combat. So where possible, we ready our melee weapons and we attack. Now, our rogue, who is in the 5th rank, is unable to attack in melee combat. So what we're going to do is, instead, we're going to try and get into pickpockets of our opponents. And the rest of our characters will use their special abilities of casting spells to try and take on the opponents. The bard will continue our bard song. So, as you can see, one of our rogue managed to steal 6 gold. It goes through each of the characters in turn. Now, as you can see, the townies are getting some hits, so our hit points slowly going down. This one represents our maximum total hit points, and this represents our current hit points. Now, of the 12, we've managed to slay 3. So we're going to keep on going, and hopefully we'll be able to kill them off without losing any people in the process. Here we go. We're slowly whittling them down. Some of the townies are unable to attack us, and see, with our higher AC, or should I say lower AC, they're not always able to attack us, and so they sometimes miss. Combat in games like this can take a while. Since the turn-based nature and the need to display the text, it has to go at a reasonable pace so you can actually read what's going on without wondering what happened in the process. Now we are almost defeated them. A bit more work, we'll have them. Press spacebar and you can speed through the text, meaning it's a little bit quicker. You can also press U to use the same orders you did the turn before, to help speed things along. And now we should, in this one, we've now hopefully defeat them, and there we go. Now we did defeat them, each of our characters gains a set of experience points, and these experience points are given to every single character. When they get enough, they're able to advance in level. But what we're going to do is going to frisk the bodies and see what we can find. Now we've managed to find a load of items, so what we're going to do, get the first character in our group is just going to grab whatever he can. So, that was Devil's Whiskey. I very much enjoy the style of the game, and there's definitely a lot of depth and much more to do. This game would take hours and hours of gameplay to get through. Now, if you're a fan of old school RPG games dating back to Bards Tale and very similar games like that, the old Wizardry series, Dungeon Master, then this is definitely a game for you to check out. And as part of the indie bundle, the price that you pay is you get an amazing deal and definitely worth it. So, that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time.